Yeah, yeah. He said also that nation you serve I shall judge. We walk in the wilderness, it hurts so much, so much. I praise the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Living in the greatest time is real to open your eyes. Yes, for the first time I feel free.
Greetings, everyone. All praises and gratitude to the Most High God, our Father, our Creator of heaven and earth, the one who created us, the one who gave us the gift of life. Welcome. Welcome back, I should say. It's been a while. I know I did a few cooking programs before for the minister, but we took a pause. But now he's basically tasking me to do another segment. This time, though, we're going to be talking about still food, but with a purpose of raising one's vibration. So that's what this first episode of this segment is going to be about. It's just really talking through why we need to raise our vibration and what is it that we need to do to raise our vibration. Okay, so in this segment, again, I'll be talking more about food, the different types of food that we should be eating to be able to achieve this, how the food is going to help us, what types of food we need to be vibrating, how to detox our bodies, and what we need to do together to change into this new lifestyle. Okay, so question is, how do we raise our vibration? Many ways we can use to raise our vibration. Right now, I'm recording in sunlight. I am basically fortunate to have in a location where it is bright and sunny. So I am recording outside. So that's one of the ways you can raise a vibration is to get a lot of sun. Try your very best to go out in the sun and soak up as much sun as you possibly can. And that will help you to raise your vibration. Try to get as much earthing grounding as possible, and that will also help you to raise your vibration. And how does that work and why? Because now you're connecting to the earth, you're connecting to Mother Nature, with the sun, with the earth. You're in the middle, you're connecting yourself to the universe, and that's what's going to help you to raise your vibration. But that's just one way. The other way, many other ways, but another way we can do this is to basically get closer to the Creator, get closer to your Father, get to know Him, listen to the messages from the minister, read the Bible, read your book of knowledge, whatever books you want to read that's going to give you truthism at this time. Read those, study to prove yourself worthy, and just get closer to your spirituality, get closer to your God. Practice the art of love. There's nothing more beautiful than practicing the art of love, practicing the law of love. Okay. And I know that, we grew up hearing about this all the time about, loving your neighbors as you love yourself, treat others the way how you wish to be treated. And sometimes we find it difficult to do, but really, if you just think about it, it really is a simple concept. Other ways, the minister talk about the 5 divine laws. Okay. And you know what that is, right? It is basically the fact that you are the cross. You're the one who's walking every day with the cross philosophy. Okay. Basically, your moral, your political, your social, your feet is your grounding mechanism. Why I said kick off the shoes. And then your stomach is the DNA, which is your diet and appetite. And this is where I'm focusing on. I'll be focusing on the food element of that. I'll leave everything else up to the minister and the others in the organization, but I'm going to be focusing on food. And before we talk about food, so other way is the 7 Hermetic principles that he also mentioned in his previous videos. And number 1 is vibration. Okay, so that's the reason why this segment is pulled together, because that's what we need to talk about. And then the last and most important thing, there are other ways, but one of the other thing is food. if we eat the right food, if we eat real food, if we eat plant-based food, if we eat food that God created for us, it will help us to raise our vibration. So that's what I'm going to lead into in terms of talking about food, what's going on with our food, and why we should change over into a more of a plant-based diet. And then other things you can do is reconnect with your family, reconnect with your friends, reconnect with your neighbor, laugh, talk. I know we're living in times right now where, we're in lockdown, we can't go out, we can't do this. Virtually, we can still do all of those things. So pick up the phone, call your friends, call your family, have a chat, have a laugh. So let's talk about our food. What is in our food? We're consuming a lot of GMO type food. Our food is being modified. Our food has pesticide, chemicals, artificial dyes, the sugars. So much sugar is included in our food, and sometimes they're disguising the sugar as well, calling it something else, but it's actually really sugar. And we're asking ourselves, like, why? Why are they going through so much lengths to modify our food, modify the food that our creator created for us to eat? Why are they going through that? Is it because it's addictive and they want you to keep coming back more and more and more to it? Is it because it's just unnatural? It interacts with you, it interacts with your body, and it causes you to have ailments. And that way now you have to go to the doctor's office. And now you have to, spend a lot of money on medication. And then you keep that cycle going over and over again. So is it a money thing? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Okay. But we need to take control back. We need to be able to go back to what our Father, our Creator, gave us as the blueprint of how we need to eat well and how we need to take care of ourselves in terms of medicine. Okay? So you hear the famous phrase, health is wealth. Health is wealth. We need to eat properly. We need to eat plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, whatever you want to call it, as long as there's no meat. Just eat right so that we can have ourselves, in tip-top shape. Okay? But how do we do that? Like I said, we need to take control. But how do we do that? Well, it starts with us. Nobody else can do this for us. It starts with us. We're going to be the ones who need to take control, as opposed to the food being in control. Don't let that fancy burger and that steak and that shake and that milk and that fancy cheese control us. We need to control what we put into our bodies. Where does it start? It starts with you, but it also starts with when you go to your grocery store. What do you pick up? When you push your trolley and your basket and all that, what are you putting in there? Think about the fact that whatever we put in our trolleys, in our basket, in our bags, in our recycling green bags, is coming home with us. What happens when it comes home with us? We are consuming it. Me, you, your family, we're consuming it. So it starts there. So we have to now be careful about being very selective about what we put in those trolleys, because that's going to be transfer from the grocery store to your kitchen, on your plate, on your fork, and that's what you'll be eating and put it into your mouth, and that's what's going to create problems for us, either problems or it's going to make us feel good. One of the two things. Which one do you want to go? Do you want to, cause problems, or do we want to still feel good and feel vibrant and vitalized and energized and so on? If that's what we want, then we have to be the one who's going to be in control and figure out what we're going to put into our diet and what we're going to fill ourselves with. So, considering going on a plant-based lifestyle, am I saying it's the easiest thing in the world? No. Because of how we've been indoctrinated, is it easy? No. Can we do it? Absolutely we can. Because again, we're in control. We are the one who are deciding what goes into our body. This is our body. This is our temple. This is our vessel. This is what allows our spirit to basically live here on earth and experience this physical experience. That's why we need this vessel. So we have to keep this vessel in tip-top shape. We are in control of it. We have to do that. Not somebody else has to do that. We have to do that. So therefore, I'm suggesting that together we all try our very best to start changing into a plant-based lifestyle. I am not going to call it a diet, because a diet is a short-termism. We don't want a short-termism. We want something that's going to call our lifestyle. This is how we're going to live going forward. We're going to be eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and make ourselves feel good. Okay? Now, when we go to the supermarket, however, we also still need to pay a little bit more attention too, right? Because not all fruits and vegetables are organic, and that's what you really want. You really want organic food. You want alkaline food. You want food that is high in alkaline, okay? And then you can ask the question, what do you mean by alkaline? So all the foods that we eat are sort of like put in different categories. 1 to 14 is the pH measurements, okay? 1 to 6, you're in a state where you can actually hurt yourself by being sick. You go into 7.3, 7.4, right about there. You're in the middle. So now you are in a neutral state. So you're good. But if you go over 7.4, now you're in the state where your body is more alkaline, and sickness and disease and issues do not like an alkaline body. So it's not going to stay there for very long. Okay? So that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming to alkaline our bodies by eating right, drinking right, exercising, and doing all the right, and getting the sunshine, and doing all the right things that we need to do to basically alkaline our bodies. And of course, with us alkaline our bodies, we're now electrifying our bodies and increasing our vibration and frequency. And that is the aim of what we need to do going forward. Okay, so my friends, as I said before, switching to a plant-based lifestyle, you're probably thinking it's not the easiest thing to do, okay? But I can assure you that it can be done. I can do it. Trust me, you can do it too. It's actually very gratifying and fills you with joy. So let's just bring in the biblical side of it, because I kept talking about God created this, God created that. I just wanted to give you some where to find that information. So if you go into Genesis 1:11, it's going to tell you that He basically gave you all the herbs and the seeds and the fruit yielding seeds upon this earth for us to eat. And just notice that seeds is talking about, fruit yielding seeds. Because the whole idea is that you should be able to eat a fruit that has a seed and replant that seed, and it just keeps doing that over and over again. So I want to ask you a question. Why are they removing the seeds from our fruits? But, so we need to ask ourselves that question, why do they keep doing it? And how do they do that? How do they take a natural plant that God created for us to consume and remove the seeds? There's got to be some kind of chemical interaction, no? So then why do we want that in our bodies? So I'm saying this to say to you that based on that Bible verse that I just read, avoid eating fruits that has no seeds in them. Avoid the lime that has no seeds. Avoid the lemons that have no seeds. Avoid the watermelon in the summertime that has no seeds. Avoid your grapes that has no seeds. Because right away, it's been tampered with. Okay, so you don't want that in your body. And then the other Bible verse that I want to share with you as well is I keep saying Jen because I like to shorten things, but Genesis 1:29. Again, same idea. It's talking about that I've given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which it is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. It shall be your meat. He's telling you, plain and straight. It shall be your meat. So there should be no argument there, right? But if for whatever reason we skip over Gen 1, the creation time in the Bible, let's go all the way to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 47 talks about, by the river, the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow trees for meat. It shall grow fruits in its months, i.e. in its season, and the fruit thereof shall be for your meat, and the leaves shall be for your medicine. Clear as daylight. This side and on that side. It's basically telling you that I'm providing everything that you need to eat. I've provided it for you. It's there. It's here for you to eat. So again, if our Creator, who we love, who we honor, who we worship, has blessed us to be on this earth and give us all that we need to survive, including the food, I ask you, why are we rejecting that? Why are we saying no to it? So together, I am saying, let us work together and change our lifestyle and move away from man's food to God's food, which is plant-based, vegetarian, vegan, whatever you want to refer to it as long as it's plant-based, i.e. fruits, vegetables, herbs, that will help us to sustain a healthy lifestyle, a healthy body, maintain this vessel that we are so privileged to have. Every morning I wake up, I thank God for life. And I thank God for the privilege of living here on earth. You know, the people around can't say that. You know, like we said, right? Let's maintain this vessel. This is very important. It is our responsibility. It is our responsibility to keep our bodies in tip-top shape. It is our responsibility to eat right, to ensure that that happens, right? And what are we going to gain by doing that? We are basically, it's going to help us to, like as we keep saying, raise your vibration, raise your frequency, but also heal the body, take care of the body. The body is smart enough. The body is smart enough to take care of itself. The body is smart enough to take care of itself. If we eat properly, the body will do its job. So then don't give the body any overtime. Don't let it work overtime. Do the right thing. Give it what it needs so that it can do what it's supposed to do. And in order to do that, we have to take control, and we have to eat properly, and we have to stop eating at the king's table. Okay? So, and just remember, you know, sometimes when we go out there and we're taking this medication, that medication, we're basically telling our bodies to shut up. So don't let your body work overtime. Work with your body, not against your body. Work with your body. Okay? Once we start eating right, everything will be flowing. Our blood will flow properly. Our pineal glands will be flowing. You know, our chakras, our crown will be flowing the way how it's supposed to flow. Our oxygen, our endocrine system, all of that is intertwined and needs to work properly in order for us to have a functional, healthy body. So that's what we need to do, is to keep our body, you know, in tip-top shape. In order for us to then transfer now into this lifestyle, I think the first thing we need to do is to do a detox. So I'm going to talk about one of the greatest teachers that I'm aware of, which is Dr. Sebi, and I know the men to talk about Dr. Sebi as well. And he talks about alkaline food and electric food, and detoxing the body and so on. And I have done it. I have people in my circle who have done it, and we have seen results. So I know that it works. I have somebody on it right now. So I know that it works. So that's what I want to talk about, is that for us to detox our bodies, get it nice and squeaky clean, say, hello, Mr. Body, I'm sorry for all the things I put in there before, but here I am. I am back now to work with you, not against you. Let's do this. Detox the body. Get rid of all the impurities. Get rid of all of the issues that's going on in order for us to have a healthy body and live a very healthy lifestyle, And sometimes people talk about, but what can we eat? I remember when I just started this, my friends were like, but what do you eat? What do you eat on this alkaline diet? I'm like, plenty of stuff. You have all organic, by the way, and all number 9s. I'm going to come to that in a minute. But you have your lettuce, you have your kale, you have different types of kale. Black kale be my favorite. You have different types of kale. You have all these other grains and nuts and fruits, your melons, your mangoes, your bananas, tons of stuff that you can eat. And if you want a food list, you can just do a quick research and do Dr. Sebi's alkaline food list, and you can get it. If not, I can share one with you as well, just so you have an idea as to the type of food that is there. But let us just try and stay away from man's food. Man's food is acidic. Alkaline food, God's food is alkaline. He was done that way. It was based that way to help our bodies to digest it properly and to work and function the way it's supposed to function. Remember, again, we talk about the pH scale, right? So 7 is great, but 8+ is even better. So let us aim to go over this side of the scale and get into our healthy zone. Okay. So we talked about the importance of what happens when we go to the supermarket, right? And how, it starts with us and start with whatever we put into our trolleys or basket or bags, whatever. Okay. One more thing to consider as well when you're doing this is the fact that, one, we want to purchase organic foods. Health is wealth. Let's just deal with that. We must try our very best. With all the things that they're doing to our foods right now, that's the best thing we can do. Okay? So let us try and aim to purchase organic foods. When you go to the supermarket, all of your fruits and veggies do have a label on them. And that label is telling you the condition of the food, how that particular fruit or herb or plant or vegetable, how it was grown. So it's either going to be GMO, non-GMO, conventional, and they all have numbers. So I just want to let you know that when you go and you pick up your fruits and your vegetables, it must have the PLU number starting with a 9. With a 9 tells you that is a organic fruit or vegetable. So just when you go to the supermarket, spend time in there and just think about what you're purchasing, because remember we said whatever we purchase is going home and that's what we're going to consume. So therefore, spend the time and learn your supermarket, because every supermarket is going to have their own different type of layout. So learn your grocery store, how they pack their stuff, how they lay out their organic fruits and vegetables, and spend time looking at the labels and picking the ones that are a 9 and make sure that those are the ones that are in our baskets. There are certain sections where it says it's conventional. Conventional basically means that they probably got it from a local farm. So yeah, you can take a risk here and there with those, but in general, try and purchase organic foods where the PLU on it starts with the number 9. And that is going to either, basically prove to you that it's organic, it's going to be alkaline, and that's what you need to introduce into your food plan to maintain this wonderful lifestyle that we're talking about. So detox, how do we do that? Well, like I said, I follow one of Dr. Sebi's chelation detox program, and that's what seems to work for me and a lot of people around me, and that's what I'm going to suggest. But you can do whatever detox you like, but I'll just suggest that you just do a detox to just clear out the system before you start, doing this, changing to this lifestyle diet. So let's talk about detoxing. We're detoxing to cleanse the body. We're detoxing to push out all the impurities out of the body. Okay, that's the main reason why we are detoxing. Okay, so As I said, I'm using Dr. Sebi's chelation herb method, and it has worked for me, has worked for many people in my circle, and that's what I'm introducing to you. But you can do whatever you like, whatever. Remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a herbalist. This is just something that I've done and been tested around people around in my circle, and has proven to work. So that's kind of the reason why I'm just telling you what I use. So it's called chelation herbs, and it's basically 4 herbs. That's all, just 4. It's cascara, rhubarb root, podigosa, and pear pereira. 4 herbs. Once you're on this plan, what do you need? What are you going to be eating and drinking? Very strict. You can do it for 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, or 40 days. It all depends on you, all depends on your tolerant level, all depends on your will, your mind, how much you can tolerate. But I would say, give it a try. 7 days, even 7 days, let's give it a try anyway. If you do 7 days and you think, I got through that, then up it to 14 days and see how you go. So in the morning, the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up is to drink a glass of warm lime water. Either lemon or lime. I prefer the key lime because that I know even though the lime of itself is acidic, when it mixes with water and goes into your body, it gives an alkaline effect. So it helps to flush the body and clean the body as well, right? So that's the first thing you want to do in the morning is to drink your lime water. Some people use baking soda. You can drink baking soda water, an 8-ounce glass of water with about a teaspoon of baking soda, and you can drink that first thing in the morning as well. And it gives you pretty much the same effect as your warm lime water. So you choose whichever one you like, whichever one you want to take. But I would recommend that we do something like that first thing in the morning to kind of flush us out in the morning. So sun is going down, but let's just wrap this up, okay? I am not a doctor. I'm not a herbalist. All I'm doing is suggesting that we go on a detox in order to, get her body prepared for all the good stuff, all the nice alkaline fruits and vegetables and the plant-based grains that we're going to have. So that's just my suggestion, that we do that first before we start introducing all these wonderful fruits and vegetables that the Creator is asking us to consume to maintain this vessel of ours. Okay, so what have I done? I have in the past take the Dr. Sebi's chelation herbal tonic, okay, detox, and I have people in my circle who have taken it, myself included, family members, friends, and they've all have seen really, really good results. So that's the reason why I'm on that particular, or I did that particular detox. I'm suggesting then that you just go ahead. You don't have to copy what I did or what my circle of friends did. You can go out and you can do your own research and figure out what type of detox would work for you. Whichever one works for you, that's fine. The important thing is to do one to get our bodies ready to introduce it to something new that's going to help to sustain this vessel of ours, okay? So what do I do when I'm on this? I literally, I take my detox, herbs in the morning. I start off my morning actually with a glass of warm key lime water. And, by now you'll know I like key lime. So I squeeze a key lime into warm water. And this is what I use to start my morning, and that just helps to flush my system and get me set up for the day. Then I'll take my herbal supplement, my detox supplement, whatever that is. For me, it was some capsules. For you, it could be whatever it is you've chosen to do. Then whenever I choose to break fast, I do. And when I do, what do I consume? I consume a green juice. Everybody's now familiar with green juice, right? Your kale, your different types of greens, maybe an apple. I add Thai basil to mine. I had spirulina and chlorella to mine as well to give me that added boost of minerals that I need into my system. So you can do that if you want. It's totally, again, it's up to you. I'm telling you what I tend to do. And then for lunch, I'll have a fruit salad. I love fruits, so my favorite fruit is mangoes, surprisingly enough. So I, would make up a fruit salad, cooked fruit salad, or I'll just eat a fruit or fruits that I can eat. As long as it's seeded, unless it's alkaline, that's what I'll tend to consume. And then for dinner, I'll have another batch of greens, which is going to be my green salad. On top of that, I would add my seeds, my sesame seed, my hemp seed, and my chia seeds, and I'll add those. Again, that's going to give you that added fiber, and it also has some proteins in there as well that that apparently we need to sustain our bodies. So that's what I would do. And then in the evening before going to bed, I'll take my next batch of my herbal supplement, whatever it is that you're on. You can do the same. So again, the most important thing is just to do a detox before we start introducing all these wonderful fruits and vegetables into our system. And just to remind you again as to why we're doing this, right? We need to eat to live. Just remember that the Creator has, generously given us all the herbs and the fruits and the trees with seeds that are in them, seeded fruits, I should say, for us to consume, for us to have a healthy bodies and healthy lifestyle, and help us to keep that vibration at a level that we can have that communication line going on with the Creator, right? That's the main reason why we're here, okay? So let's remember that. Let's eat to live. And for us to do that, we're going to have to stay away from man's food and focus on God's food. Let's remember what He says in the Bible. Whatever has blood in it, we're not to consume. We're not to consume meat, and we're not to consume anything that has a life, and the life thereof is blood. And we're not supposed to consume that in our diet. And that's all we're trying to do in this space, is to try our very best to stay on God's food plan for us, not man's food plan, God's food plan for us to sustain this wonderful vessel that we have in Lord, that helps us to live this beautiful life here on Mother Earth, right? So again, Mother Earth is, Mother Nature is very, very smart. She ensures that the food that we're supposed to consume based on what God's plan is for us actually includes all the medicine that we need to heal our bodies. And that's the whole idea of this. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. And just to remind you that this segment is all about food and changing our lifestyle and using the food to help us to raise our vibration. So that's my segment. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to, get all the teachings, all the knowledge that you get from the minister, but also to hang out with me so we can cook together. I can show you, different meals that we can prepare, different tips as I go along. And, I'm going to commit to one tip per episode. Write it down and hold me to it. So, because going in this lifestyle is not just about eating. It's all about the preparation. We talk about what happens when we go to the supermarket, right? It's also about us preparing something. If you wake up in the morning and you don't know what you're going to eat, the likelihood is that you might eat something that's not quite on that list of things for us to eat. So if we prepare ourselves and prepare our meals, it makes life so much easier. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be helping you to prepare your meals and to give you some ideas of different recipes that we can, make at home simply, that we can make at home, that we can enjoy with our family and friends and continue to, live this lifestyle. Okay. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being in this space. And remember, peace and blessing to you and your family. But always remember that gratitude is a must. Thank you.
Come here, love ya. Two different matter, but you are still my brother. Why we suffer, nothing like another. Years we are suffer by the hands of another. Still a winner, we aim deliver. Loving your neighbors like you in the mirror. I thought we get reward, that you the work of the Lord. So we get reward, Lord. From we born with a yard and we all so sick a mansion as a yarn, it a wait bound way. Born with a yard and we all so sick a mansion as a yarn, it a wait bound way. Me tell you say you can't get free for no love. Me tell you say the heart of the key of the love. Two one in the ear for the father up above. And the loving give your blessing, it a make you level up. The more